The occasion of this speech is my family in Auschwitz. The physical setting is a classroom, and the audience are students. My great-grandmother, Esther Weitzblum, lived in Poland. She lived with my great-great-grandfather, along with her 3 siblings. She was the oldest of them, and usually acted like a mother to the other 3. She was a great woman who was loved by many, and was friends with practically everybody that she met. She was also a proud, proud Jew. She celebrated all Jewish holidays with her friends and family, and truly enjoyed life. My great-grandmother was one of the many Jews in Poland in the early 1940s. Towards the beginning of the Holocaust, when she was only 20 years old, the Nazis raided the village and captured them for being Jewish. My great-grandmother had to watch all 3 of her siblings, as well as her parents, get taken away, and she would go on to suffer the same fate. They were placed on trains, not knowing what was going on, and how they were going to survive without each other. The 6 of them were all placed in different camps around Germany. My great-grandmother, however, was placed in one of the most dangerous camps there was in Germany at the time. She was placed in Auschwitz. In Auschwitz, she had to endure a great deal of pain and suffering, all while worrying about where her family was and how they were all doing. She lived and worked in Auschwitz for 3 years and obeyed all of her orders and tasks. She was in turn entrusted with more exclusive tasks. She began working in a section of Auschwitz where bombshells and other weapons were made. My great-grandmother, as well as a few other select women in the camp, began to work very closely to where the gunpowder was stored, and were granted limited access to it for their jobs. For months, my great-grandmother and the other 3 women took small, inconspicuous amounts of gunpowder each day. They then gave the gunpowder to some men who had worked with explosives before being captured. They were able to construct small hand grenades and keep everything hidden from the Nazis. They did this for weeks, waiting for a good time to launch their attack on the camp. One day, when there were no trains arriving and everything was relatively quiet, they began speaking amongst themselves. They knew that if they rebelled then, they might succeed. If they didn't, they would never be free again. They proceeded to run towards the crematoriums and throw grenades in them, causing large explosions, while other inmates stormed the fences in an effort to regain their freedom. The gas chambers placed next to the crematoriums were also blown up, and within minutes, they had obliterated a great deal of that section of Auschwitz. Although not all of the inmates would be freed that day, those 4 women changed the way the concentration camps operated. My great-grandmother eventually was able to be free, and finally ventured to America, where she would go on to meet my great-grandfather. She lived a prosperous life, creating a family, as well as continuing her life as a Jew and a mother. Although her name, as well as the other 3 women's names, have seemingly been forgotten, all 4 of those women's legacies will live on forever. Their actions did not go unheard. The Nazis realized that this act could be pulled off anywhere, and in turn were forced to close down operations for all the crematoriums, as well as gas chambers. These 4 women saved millions of lives, and will always be remembered as heroes. Thank you.